All right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining me. First of all, for all you guys that are new to the channel, I am married. Sorry to disappoint all you fellers. I do acknowledge the lovely big bear vibe I give off. But the impressive heat, this oppressive, we've had 2 weeks now. It's been hot, and it's taking its toll on the cows. We ordered that mesh 80%. We ordered that a couple weeks ago, and it finally came in last night. So last night after work, met the wife out here, and we just strung it up to the grain cart, and then made a corral with some panels and stretched it, and the cows absolutely loved it. And we put a straw bale under there because in one night they just had that area just turned to manure and urine and just a nasty spot. So we're just going to bed under that. Before that showed up, they had the start of a mud hole around the water tank. So I literally just dumped the water tank to make the mud hole bigger, and just to give them some relief. And you can see on some of them they did get a little muddy, and that's all right. She was sprinkling fly powder around the thing. Tomorrow we'll coat the corn stalks with fly powder. We got some fly traps hung up, and the flies are just well, you get out here in the pasture, they're not bad, but you get where the cows are congregating overnight, and it ain't good. But we're just doing our best to keep them alive. Several days of 95 plus, pretty dang humid weather. Not much relief overnight. It's still staying in the 70s overnight. Luckily we've had some breeze, but yesterday a couple of the calves yesterday were just panting with their tongues hanging out, and I walked over here to the mud hole and just literally scooped up mud and smeared it on their backs and all around them to try and help cool them down. So I think that shade is literally a lifesaver. But yeah, hopefully we'll get some relief. We haven't had a significant drop of water in a long time. We've had 2.5 inches pretty much for the most of this spring. It's getting dry, so we're kind of looking at the pasture. I'm not going to hay it. We're just going to put a hot wire just on the north side of the mud hole right here and let them eat this down, and then just move that thing a few feet each day or once a week. Move that hot wire and make them clean it up, because if we take a cutting right now, we wouldn't have a second crop. The stuff we cut for first crop, the second crop's maturing, but it's not growing. So you're going to end up with a third or a quarter, off a 40 acre. If we get 10 bales, if it stays like this, we'll be lucky. So we're going to get rain at some point. I don't have a doubt of that. But at this point, we're just going to manage the pasture to be as efficient as possible. There is a 40 acre down here that nobody's doing. And so I left a note on the landlady's door to give me a call. If I don't hear from her in a couple days, I think I'm just going to cut it down and ask for forgiveness, because I'm not going to watch 40 acres of feed just rot away just to be polite anymore. It's that kind of year. Look at that little guy hiding. Biden must be around if he's hiding. And so yeah, I don't know, that's just a quick update. And everybody gets combed. There's no they can't zoom in that mode, but you can see with the wife there, everybody gets an evening brushing and some attention. And so yeah, there's just an update on the cattle and what we're trying to do to beat the heat for them. And we put a couple tires together, and that actually worked out really well. The wife's like, why don't we just bolt them tires together? I'm like, I don't know, why don't we? And so we bolted the tires just with some ready rod from tire to tire to tire, and then hung the fly thing in between there. And you can see by how they've pounded that dirt around there, they love it. you'll see the big bull and the cows, they'll stand underneath there and just scratch their back. So they love it. We've been watching, so that's Wisconsin, northern Larson Valley Farms. Brad, he's that way, a couple hours. And I've been watching them thunderheads for the last several days. This horizon just build with thunderheads, and you're like, come on, and they'd build back, and then they'd disappear, and you're like, oh no, you dirty buggers. But all right, that's long enough, guys. I'm hot. It's getting late in the evening. It's not late in the evening. It's 7 o'clock or something, but it's been a hell of a day. Thank you very much for the support. Take care. You guys try and be cool.